Hi, and welcome to Buckle Up for Life, car safety training in partnership with UAMS Northwest.
Buckle Up for Life is an educational program that aims to keep people safe in motor vehicles. It was developed at Cincinnati Children's Hospital Medical Center when doctors and safety experts realized that African American and Hispanic children were at a greater risk for being hurt or killed in motor vehicle crashes. The program has been implemented in churches throughout Cincinnati. Now, we are expanding the program to community agencies, just like us.
Today, we'll talk briefly about the importance of safe driving and the best way to keep your children safe in a car, and we're going to be giving away free car seats. Can anyone guess the best way to keep your child safe? If you guessed buckled into a car seat, you would be right.
And by the end of this video, you will learn about safe car seat installation and which car seat is right for your child, best practices, and current Arkansas law. And we will try to have a little fun along the way.
But first, a quick look at today's agenda. We'll review motor vehicle statistics, motor vehicle safety for adults, child passenger safety, responsible driving, and our car seat check event.
I'm Ashton Caton, and I'm with Mercy Hospital Northwest Arkansas in the Community Outreach Department.
And I'm Marcy McAvoy with the UAMS Northwest Community Health and Research Department.
Did you know that in the U.S. an adult is injured from a car accident every 10 seconds? And that death from a car accident takes place every 12 minutes. Motor vehicle crashes are the leading cause of injury and death to children over the age of 2 years old. Most car accidents take place within 5 minutes from home. Any thoughts about that? Why do most car accidents happen so close to home?
When we're close to home, we're the most relaxed and are less vigilant drivers. We feel like we know the area better, and we tend to let our guard down.
Now that we've talked about some more sobering statistics, let's talk about some safety. Seatbelts reduce the risk of death by 45% and cut the risk of serious injury by 50%. Properly installed car seats reduce the risk of death and injury by 71%.
Mom and Dad, wear your seatbelt. We can't stress that enough. And this course, combined with our car seat check, will ensure that you are properly installing your car seats. We want everyone in the car to get home safely every trip, every time.
Monsters may not be typical on your drive, but an accident can happen at any time. What was the one thing that kept the driver of the yellow car from being gobbled up? Her seatbelt. And like the driver in the yellow car, your seatbelt will help keep you safe if you are in an accident.
But what about your airbag? Isn't that enough to keep you safe? Airbags are designed to work with seatbelts, not replace them. Now let's talk about how to properly wear your seatbelt.
Your shoulder belt should fit across the middle of your chest, away from your neck, and your lap belt should fit across your hips, below your stomach. Every single person in the vehicle should be buckled this way. This includes pregnant women as well.
Did you know that not wearing your seatbelt makes you a rocket in an accident? Well, not really, but unbelted passengers can injure others. From physics, we learned that weight times speed equals force of impact. So what does that mean? Using a force of impact calculator, in a crash at 30 miles per hour, an unbelted passenger weighing about 100 pounds striking another passenger is like being hit with something that weighs over 22,000 pounds.
Ouch, that hurts.
Right? I know. Cars are safer than ever, but they can't protect us, an unbelted driver or a passenger. And remember, children imitate their parents, so if you want your child to have safe habits, model those habits by wearing your seatbelt.
Have you ever been involved in a car crash?
I have. Luckily, though, it was very minor and no one was injured. Did you know anyone whose life has been changed by a car crash?
I have, and it affected every part of their life.
Oh, goodness.
Why do people choose not to wear a seatbelt?
They seem to think it's more comfortable if they're not in their seatbelt.
That makes sense.
Are there occasions when it's okay not to buckle up?
No, we must buckle up every time. And in my car, we don't leave unless everyone's buckled up.
I agree. Now let's talk about the best way to keep your child safe in the car.
I think it goes around.
Come on, buddy.
I'm here for you.
Oh, it's gonna be great. Look, look.
Why is this so hard?
Let's go. We gotta get you in practice.
I read it. Look, and it said.
Ugh, car seats. Installing a car seat can be painful, but that is why you are here. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, children should ride in a rear-facing car seat until they reach the maximum height or weight limit of the car seat. Once your child has reached the maximum height or weight limit allowed in the rear-facing position, then he or she can ride in a forward-facing car seat with a 5-point harness. Keep your child in this car seat until they reach the maximum height or weight limit allowed by your car seat's manufacturer in the forward-facing position.
So which car seat is right for your child? Here are the basics. Your child should be in a rear-facing seat from birth until about 2 years old. Then your child can move to a forward-facing seat until about 4 years old. After that, they should be in a booster seat until they are taller than 4 foot 9 inches. They should be in a regular seatbelt and can safely ride in the front seat after 13 years of age. But every child is different, so use the maximum height and weight limit listed on your car seat.
Also, each state has different laws. Arkansas state law requires all children under 16 to be properly secured in a vehicle. By law, children under the age of 24 months are required to travel in the back seat. You can use rear-facing, convertible, or all-in-one car seats. Children under 6 and weighing less than 60 pounds must ride in a car seat. By law, when a child reaches the age of 4 and 60 to 65 pounds, they are supposed to use forward-facing car seats. A booster seat is appropriate for children ages 5 to 8 and under 4 foot 9 inches. Kids ages 6 to 15 and weighing 60 pounds or more must wear a seatbelt. Did you know it's also illegal to smoke in a car with a passenger under the age of 14? Breaking the law comes with consequences.
So let's take a look at a few different car seats to learn more.
You have an infant or toddler, and you own a rear-facing infant car seat. Because your car was built before 2002, when the latch system became standard in every vehicle, you must install the infant car seat using your vehicle's seatbelts. If possible, install the car seat in the center of the back seat, the safest point in case of crashes. You'll attach the seat base by threading the combination lap shoulder belt through the lower belt path on the car seat base, making sure the car seat reclining level meets the manufacturer's specifications. Consult your vehicle owner's manual to make sure you've properly engaged the seatbelt locking system. Follow the seat manufacturer's instructions to get a tight fit. Then attach the rear-facing carrier to the base, placing the handlebar in the position suggested by the car seat manufacturer. To learn how best to restrain your child in an infant car seat, go to www.buckleupforlife.org. Your child is at least 2 years old and can now ride in a forward-facing car seat with a 5-point harness until at least 40 pounds and 4 years of age. Because your car was built before 2002, when the latch system became standard in every vehicle, you must install the car seat using your vehicle's seatbelts. If possible, install the car seat in the center of the back seat, the safest point in case of crashes. Most forward-facing car seat models thread the vehicle's shoulder lap belt through slots at the back of the seat. Consult your vehicle owner's manual to make sure you've properly engaged the belt locking system. Top tethers provide added stability to car seats that are installed using seatbelts. The tether holds the top of the car seat tightly so the child's head won't move too far forward during a crash. Follow the seat manufacturer's instructions to get a tight fit. To learn how best to restrain your child in a forward-facing car seat, go to www.buckleupforlife.org. Once your child outgrows the limits set by the manufacturer on the forward-facing car seat, it's time to move to a belt positioning booster seat. Booster seats should always be used with a lap shoulder belt and should never be used with only a lap belt. The booster ensures that the shoulder portion of the seatbelt lays flat across the center of the chest and away from the face, and that the lap belt fits snugly over the top of the thighs. Most booster seats are designed for children who weigh between 40 and 120 pounds. Remember, don't use a booster seat before your child outgrows a forward-facing seat with a harness. To learn more about how to safely belt your child into a booster seat, go to www.buckleupforlife.org. Once your child outgrows a booster seat at about 4 feet 9 inches, vehicle seat belts can be used safely if they are worn correctly. Your child should sit straight against the back of the vehicle seat with the lap belt placed low over the top of the child's thighs, not across the stomach. The shoulder belt should lie flat across the center of your child's chest. Never place a shoulder belt under the arm or behind the back. Your child's knees should bend at a 90-degree angle over the edge of the seat. To learn more about how to secure your child using vehicle seat belts, go to www.buckleupforlife.org.
What are some of the common errors when securing a child into a car seat? Let's take a look. The first common error we see is using the wrong type of car seat. We also see errors when the seat belt or the latch system is too loose. Test this with the inch test.
What's the inch test?
A properly installed car seat shouldn't move more than an inch from side to side and front to back. We also see an error of the harness clip being too high or too low, transitioning to a seat belt too soon, or the harness straps are too loose. You can test this with the pinch test.
So what do you do when your kids don't want to sit in their car seats?
I am not above bribery, and candy's a great tool.
Candy would work for me, too.
Do you know which car seat your child should be using?
You know, there are so many options out there, sometimes it's hard to tell which one is the right one.
Luckily, we have this training to help us learn.
I know, I'm so excited. Do you know the history of your car seat?
I do, because I bought it directly from the store.
That's what's recommended.
What is the safest position to install a car seat in the vehicle?
I believe the training tells us in the rear and in the middle seat. But I think we're going to learn more about that later.
I think you're right.
More tips for car seat safety include, did you know that car seats have an expiration date? You can stay up to date with recalls by sending in your registration card. And all the information you need is on your seat. No need to save the packaging. And you can fill it out online, making it easy.
What are some of the other risks to children in cars? Car temperature. After a car sits in the sun for half an hour, the temperature in the car rises over 30 degrees. So, if it's 70 degrees outside, after 30 minutes, the interior of the car is 104 degrees. And after an hour, it is 113 degrees. And did you know that heat stroke begins when the body reaches a temperature of 104 degrees? And a body temperature of 107 degrees becomes lethal. So why are secondhand car seats so dangerous? Because you don't know the history of the car seat. It could have been in an accident, and the safety of it is compromised. And as we discussed before, loose items can become a projectile in the crash. Remember the earlier equation, weight times speed equals the force of impact during a crash.
We learned the basics about which car seat is right for your child. Here's a short video to learn more.
Did you know that car crashes are the leading cause of injury and death for children my age, and my age, and my age? 4 out of 5 car seats are not properly installed. Learning a few simple steps on how to correctly install my car seat could save my life.
That's right. The purpose of this video is to teach parents and caregivers how to avoid some of the common mistakes that occur when installing a car seat. So, what are we waiting for? Let's get rolling on the road to safety.
The first step is to select the right car seat for your child. There are 3 main categories of car seats: rear-facing car seats, forward-facing car seats, and booster seats.
Babies and toddlers should ride in a rear-facing car seat as long as possible. The American Academy of Pediatrics advises parents to keep their toddlers rear-facing until at least the age of 2 and until they reach the maximum height or weight limit of their rear-facing car seat. This usually ranges between 35 and 45 pounds depending on the model.
Preschoolers and early elementary-age children should ride in a forward-facing car seat with a harness until they reach the maximum height or weight limit of their car seat. This is usually between 40 and 90 pounds, depending on the model.
Elementary school-aged kids should use a booster seat until the seatbelt fits them correctly. This is usually when the child reaches about 4 feet 9 inches in height and is between 8 and 12 years old.
Oh, and of course, if they are too big for one of these, don't forget to use this.
When selecting your child's car seat, take a good look at the label. It contains important information on minimum and maximum height and weight limits, so you can select a car seat that fits your child's weight and height.
Also, check the expiration date. Generally, don't use a car seat if it's more than 6 years old, as safety technology constantly improves and older car seats wear out and can break in a crash. If your car seat has been in a crash, call the manufacturer to determine if the car seat is damaged or unsafe to use. Also, purchasing a used car seat is not recommended, as these seats may have missing parts or an unknown history.
And don't forget to mail in your registration card or register online to be notified of any defects, recalls, or problems with your car seat. For free help installing your car seat, or to find a car seat technician in your area, go to safekids.org or nhtsa.gov.
Rear-facing car seats provide the best protection for your child during a crash. Notice the difference between a rear-facing car seat and a forward-facing car seat in a frontal crash. With the forward-facing seat, the crash forces are concentrated onto the child's shoulders, head, neck, and spine. If a young child is moved forward-facing too early, their body cannot handle these forces, which can result in serious injury, death, or paralysis.
With the rear-facing seat, the crash forces are absorbed by the shell of the car seat instead of by the child's body. The shell also supports, cradles, and protects the child's head, neck, and spine. So keep your child rear-facing and better protected until at least the age of 2 and until they reach the maximum height or weight limit of their rear-facing car seat.
There are 2 main types of rear-facing car seats: rear-facing only car seats, which are also called infant seats, and convertible car seats.
This is a rear-facing only car seat, meaning that it is designed to always be rear-facing, never forward-facing. Rear-facing only car seats come with a detachable base and a carrying handle, which allows you to easily snap the car seat in and out of the vehicle. If the base is not accessible, some rear-facing only seats allow you to install the seat without the base. Also, read your instruction manual to find the correct traveling position for the carrying handle. Maximum weight limits usually range between 22 and 40 pounds, depending on the model. Maximum height limits generally require the top of your baby's head to be at least 1 inch from the top of the shell.
This is a convertible car seat. Convertible seats convert from rear-facing to forward-facing as your child grows. Convertible seats in the rear-facing position generally have higher maximum weight and height limits than the rear-facing only seats, so that your baby can stay rear-facing and better protected for a longer period of time. Because convertible seats can either be rear-facing or forward-facing, they have two belt paths. Use the path closest to the vehicle seat back. They also have an upright position for forward-facing and a reclined position for rear-facing. Convertible car seats have tether straps for forward-facing use. Unless your manual allows for their use while rear-facing, shorten the strap or attach it to the designated location on your car seat so it won't swing up and hit your child.
While rear-facing, you may notice your child's legs folding like this. This is completely normal and is not a safety risk. Also, you will see several slots on the back of your car seat. For rear-facing, use the harness slots at or below your child's shoulder level.
When installing your rear-facing car seat, be sure that the back of the car seat is at a 30 to 45 degree angle. Having a correct angle is very important. If the car seat is leaning too far back during a crash, too much force will be absorbed by the child's shoulders. If the seat is leaning too far forward, the baby's head can fall forward and make it difficult for them to breathe. To obtain the correct angle, use the adjustable foot on the detachable base. If your car seat does not have an adjustable base, a tightly rolled towel or pool noodle may be placed at the vehicle seat crack if permitted by the car seat manufacturer. Check the car seat's recline indicator, which is sometimes represented by an arrow or a line, to make sure it is at the correct angle.
Let's take a short quiz.
Based on what you have learned, choose the picture that shows the harness in the correct slots for rear facing.
Use the slots at or below the shoulder level.
What is wrong with this picture?
The child's head is less than 1 inch from the top of the shell.
If you got all of those answers right, you have been listening well and are on the road to keeping me safe.
If your child is at least 2 years old and has reached the maximum height or weight limit of her rear-facing car seat, she is finally ready to be forward-facing.
There are two main types of forward-facing car seats: convertible seats and combination seats. Forward-facing seats should be used until your child reaches the maximum harness weight limit, which usually ranges between 40 and 90 pounds, or until they reach the maximum height limit, which is usually when the child's shoulders reach the top harness slot, or when the top of the child's ears reach the top of the car seat.
Here is a convertible seat, which can convert from rear-facing to forward-facing. After your toddler outgrows the rear-facing height or weight limit, convert the seat to the forward-facing position. Do this by adjusting the foot to the upright position and moving the harness straps to the reinforced slots at or above your child's shoulders. If the harness is not in the reinforced slots, it can break through the plastic in a crash. The very top slot is always reinforced, but sometimes the lower slots are not reinforced and are made for rear-facing use only. Also, there are two paths to put the belt through. Use the path closest to the vehicle seat back.
This is a combination seat. Combination seats are forward-facing only, never rear-facing, and can be used with the harness until your child reaches the maximum harness height or weight limit. Then, the harness can be removed, and voila, it becomes a booster seat. Combination seats have a height and weight range for harness use and a different range for booster seat use. When using the harness, all slots are reinforced, so just make sure to move it to the slots at or above your child's shoulders.
Quiz time!
Which picture shows the foot in the correct position?
Use the upright position for forward facing.
Which picture is using the correct belt path?
Use the path closest to the vehicle seat back. Now that you have learned about the different types of car seats, it's time to figure out how to install rear-facing and forward-facing car seats safely and tightly into your vehicle. You can either use the seat belt or you can use the lower anchors.
First, let's learn about seat belts. To have a tight installation, you need to lock your seat belt so that it stays at a fixed length. Your seat belt will lock at the latch plate or at the retractor.
To determine if your seatbelt locks at the latch plate, pull upwards on the lap portion of a buckled seatbelt. If the seatbelt stays at a fixed length and does not slide through the latch plate, the seatbelt locks at the latch plate.
If the seatbelt slides through the latch plate and does not stay at a fixed length, check to see if your seatbelt locks at the retractor. Pull on the belt near the retractor. It'll go back and forth like this. Slowly and gently pull it all the way out to the end. Now, if the belt does not go back and forth anymore, but only gets shorter, you have locked the seatbelt at the retractor. One side note, don't jerk quickly on the seatbelt as you may think the retractor has locked when it really has not.
If your vehicle is older than 1996, it is possible that neither the latch plate nor the retractor will lock. In this case, you will need to read the instruction manual to learn how to add a locking clip. Only use the locking clip when your seatbelt has both a lap and shoulder portion. When using a locking clip, place it less than 1 inch away from the latch plate. Some car seats have built-in lock-offs, which can be used instead of a locking clip or instead of a locking retractor. Read the instruction manual to find out how to use these built-in lock-offs.
Now that you have learned about the most common seatbelt types, let's move on to the lower anchors of the latch system. Since the year 2003, vehicles come equipped with lower anchors in the crack of the vehicle seat. A set of these lower anchors can usually be found in the right and left rear seating positions, and sometimes in the center seating position. Some manufacturers do not allow you to use outer lower anchors for the center seating position, so always read your manual to ensure correct use. You can use either these lower anchors with the lower strap located on your car seat, or the seat belt to install your car seat, but don't use both at the same time. Also, never attach 2 hooks into one vehicle lower anchor.
As a general rule, as soon as the combined weight of your child plus the weight of their car seat meets or exceeds 65 pounds, you will need to discontinue using the lower anchors and use the seat belt instead. Check your car seat label and your vehicle owner's manual for more specific lower anchor weight limits. When you are using the seat belt, secure the lower anchor hooks to the car seat itself so they won't swing up and hit your child in a crash.
Ready for another quiz?
Does this seatbelt lock at the latch plate or at the retractor?
At the retractor. Now that you've learned about seat belts and lower anchors, let's put your car seat in its place. The back seat in the center position is usually the safest place to install your car seat. And never put a rear-facing car seat near a frontal airbag, as it can cause serious injury or death in a crash. Always, always check your car seat manual and vehicle owner's manual to determine which seating positions are permitted for car seat use. These manuals provide important information on airbag locations, side airbags, inflatable seat belts, lower anchor and tether locations, seatbelt types, and so forth.
To install your car seat, follow these steps. First, consider whether your car seat will be rear-facing or forward-facing. Adjust the foot of the car seat to the correct position or angle.
Move the harness into the correct harness slots, at or below your child's shoulders for rear facing, or at or above your child's shoulders for forward facing. It may be helpful to change one harness strap at a time so you can easily and correctly repeat the process on the other strap. If your car seat has an adjustable crotch strap, move the strap to the slot closest to your child.
Place the car seat in the correct direction into the vehicle, rear-facing or forward-facing, and route the seat belt or the lower anchor strap through the correct belt path.
If using the seat belt, buckle and lock the seat belt either at the latch plate or at the retractor. If the seat belt locks at the latch plate, pull on the excess webbing until it is snug. If the seat belt locks at the retractor, lock it by pulling the seat belt all the way out to the end. Then feed the belt back into the retractor until it is tight. If using the lower anchors, face the hooks downward and attach the lower anchor strap located on the car seat to the lower anchor bars located in the vehicle.
Now, using your body weight and a straight arm, push inward and downward while tightening either the seat belt or the lower anchor strap. Continue to tighten until the car seat doesn't move more than 1 inch side to side or front to back. If the vehicle head support interferes with the tight installation, it may be helpful to remove it. Also, when using a rear-facing car seat, the top may move slightly, but it should be snug at the belt path.
For all forward-facing car seats, find the correct vehicle tether anchor by looking for this symbol or by checking your vehicle owner's manual and attach and tighten the tether strap. If your vehicle is older than 2001, it may not have these tether anchors. Call your vehicle manufacturer for instructions on how to add them.
Most importantly, since there are many types of car seats and vehicles, always read your car seat instruction manual and your vehicle owner's manual to learn how to correctly and safely install your car seat into your vehicle.
Congratulations! Your car seat is now safely installed into your vehicle. But now, the next obstacle is getting your child into the car seat. Buckle the harness, making sure the straps lie flat and snug. If the harness is loose, tighten it until you can't pinch any slack. Then move the chest clip to the armpit level. Be sure to remove any blankets or thick coats and place them outside of the harness, not underneath, as they could compress, causing the harness to become loose in a crash.
Do not attach any items to the harness that did not come with the car seat or that were not made by your car seat manufacturer. These items may not be tested and can interfere with proper harness use.
Well, it's time for another quiz.
Which of these chest clips is correct?
The chest clip should be placed at the armpit level.
Do you notice anything wrong with this harness?
It's loose and it's twisted.
Did you answer correctly? Way to go. Thanks for keeping us safe and sound and properly bundled up in our car seat every time we take a ride.
What does responsible driving mean? Well, let's take a look.
Sometimes our mind wanders, and when we snap back to reality, we have no idea what we missed or how long we were gone. Daydreaming isn't the only thing that causes this inattention blindness. When we talk on the phone while driving, there are periods when we go blind to our environment without realizing it. So billboards, cars, kids playing, even stop signs and red lights can pass us by unnoticed. Certain things may seem harmless, but some activities just aren't safe to combine. Our brain is not wired to pay attention to more than one complex task at a time. What we're actually doing when we think we're multitasking is quickly shifting our focus from one activity to another. So while our mind is engaged in applying makeup, arguing with backseat drivers, fumbling for a water bottle, or a conversation, it's blind to the road. In fact, drivers are 4 times more likely to crash while talking on the phone, and 23 times more likely while texting. Driving can feel uneventful, but it really takes our full attention to keep the car on the road. We're surrounded by distractions that can hijack focus. Whether we let them is up to us.
So kids start learning to drive the moment their car seat faces forward. I really need to read that again. Kids start learning to drive the moment their car seat faces forward. As a mom of teenagers, that really makes me think, what bad habits have I taught my kiddos?
And as a mom to a toddler, it makes me think twice about everything I do behind the wheel.
I worry about this all the time. I didn't model safe driving when I think about my kids now on the road. I really wish someone had said this to me when I was a new mom.
Steve, you ready to take the pledge?
Okay. I promise not to get distracted while driving and show my teen how to drive safely, because I know that you can't check your fantasy scores, and I know that a little distraction... yo, what's up? Oh, yeah, 50-yard line. Hoo-yah!
Parents who drive bad anonymous, no one wants to join this self-group help, right? And Steve showed us just exactly how easy it is to become distracted. Who hasn't heard their phone buzz while driving and think to themselves, I'm in a safe spot. I can check that message. It's important, right?
But our children are learning to drive the minute they face forward. Right now, your children may be small, and it's hard to think about them driving, but before you know it, they are on the road. What can you do now to keep them safe in the future?
Hi, I'm Jim Million, lead instructor for Toyota Driving Expectations. If there were one thing that I would tell anybody that would keep our teens safe both before and after they have their license, it's this: concentration. Concentrate 100% of the time. You see, we do things constantly and we do them over and over again, and we forget of what we're really doing. The most important thing is to understand that our kids start learning how to drive when they're in their car seat. They're facing forward watching you, and they're taking direction from you. And what we tend to forget is that I'll pick up the coffee, or I might even reach for the cell phone because it rings, and I know I shouldn't do that, but I'm expecting that call. Or we get distracted with something. But it's important to keep your concentration, because it only takes one split second to lose a life, or for misery for a lifetime. So the most important message is to concentrate 100% of the time.
What makes a good driver good?
Well, I think according to the last video, concentration makes good drivers good.
I think you're right.
What are some of your bad driving habits?
Well, I hate to tell my secrets, but sometimes I tend to drive a little too fast.
That is hard, especially when you think you're going with the flow of traffic.
Right? Man. How do you take responsibility for the passengers, the children, and the adults in your vehicle?
I can only control my actions, and so I have to make sure that I'm modeling the right behavior for them and make sure that they're following the laws as well.
That's a good idea.
Now, just a little more about safety vehicles before we get to our free car seats and car seat check event.
Sometimes our vehicles have recalls on them. This means that the manufacturer recognizes that there's a defect and will fix the defect as long as you bring the vehicle to the dealer for repair. Buckle Up for Life wants to make sure you're aware of an airbag recall. 19 automakers have been affected and 48 million airbags have been recalled. Vehicles that are in high heat and high humidity areas may be at a greater risk.
Want to know if your vehicle is in the recall? Visit airbagrecall.com and enter your vehicle's license plate number or your VIN. If it is, contact your local dealer to schedule an appointment for your repair.
Now we're giving away a free car seat to the first 15 people that email us after watching this video. To receive your free car seat, email mch@uams.edu.
We will schedule a time for your personal car seat installation during our car seat event. Please allow a minimum of 30 minutes, and if possible, please bring your child with you.
And if you're not one of the first 15, you can still come to the car seat check event and have your current car seat checked for proper installation in your car and receive additional tips on car seat safety. We will email you the event information.
Thank you for watching today's presentation. We hoped you found it informative. And remember, drive safe.